Andrea Young, an accomplished leader and Georgia native, is the executive director of the American Civil Liberties Union of Georgia. She is a graduate of Swarthmouth College and received her law degree from Georgetown University School of Law.
Well, I started my career in the law with the Team Defense Project, fighting to end the death penalty. I discovered in doing that there were so many injustices in the lives of our clients that preceded their engagement in the criminal justice system. So I went into public policy to begin to address the social inequalities of poor education, lack of job opportunities that created the atmosphere. Dr. King used to say when crimes are committed in the dark, you don't only blame those who commit the crimes, you also blame those who create the darkness.
Yeah, she grew up in the civil rights movement. It's part of her family. I dare say it's part of her DNA. It's just who she is. It's how she thinks and how she functions.
Andrea has dedicated her entire life and continues to dedicate her entire life to fighting for civil rights and civil liberties for all. And this is just a continuation of her long-standing fight, and we as a community and we for the state of Georgia are better off for having her and for her long-standing commitment in these areas.
Working with the American Civil Liberties Union is prophetic as far as I'm concerned, because it was the American Civil Liberties Union that filed the lawsuit that made it possible for me to get elected to the Congress. They challenged the reapportionment of the state of Georgia. Grace Hamilton got a chance to redraw the lines, and I went from a district that was some 20% black to about 37% black. And that was enough, with a 74% black turnout in the pouring down rain, to get me started in politics.
One thing she did, which had a huge impact on my life, is when her father, Andrew Young, was mayor of Atlanta in the early 80s. She went to him and said, we need more African Americans on the bench. And she said, to Barbara Harris, the namesake of the award, and me, why don't you consider putting these women on the court and grow them? And in my case, I grew from being a traffic court judge in the city of Atlanta and up to Chief Justice of the Georgia Supreme Court. And that wouldn't have been an opportunity for me if she hadn't, taken the bull by the horns and whispered in her father's ear, and he took her up on it.
We are preparing with our local attorneys, with our national attorneys, with our coalition partners, a comprehensive challenge to the many ways that this bill is unconstitutional and violates the fundamental constitutional rights of women in this country.
She has commanded an army of people to fight for the current injustices we are seeing. And we have a long road ahead of us, but she has had huge accomplishments in the areas of voter rights, smart justice, reproductive rights, and making sure that everyone who wants to vote gets to vote. And we have a long road ahead of us, but with her at the helm and managing the army, I know we're going to be successful.
She's always been on her own mission, and she would never let me interfere with it. And she's always made me proud.
I just really, really like to congratulate my friend, Andrea Young, for getting the Barbara Harris Award for Community Service from GABWA. It is well deserved. You've worked for this and more your entire life, and again, it's deserved. And I really hope, Andrea, that you and Jerry enjoy the evening. Atlanta loves you dearly, and we are glad to see you back in Atlanta, happy and healthy.
I am so grateful to GABWA for the honor of this award. When you're honored by your own, there is no higher tribute to be honored by the people who know you best, who understand the context that you come from, what you're trying to achieve, and to have that be recognized by GABWA is just an incredible honor, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we salute Andrea Young.